Hi there, Eric from Global Comics, and in this video I'm going to show you how to understand where your readers are coming from using a tool called Utm Parameters, which is a fancy way of saying we're going to add a little bit of extra text to the end of a URL so that you know who's actually clicking that and how much they're reading of your work. So what we're looking at here is the release analytics view for Jack Irons The Steel Cowboy. You can look at your own analytics by going down to the drop down and clicking analytics here. Thank you so much to Cody at Ironverse Comics for letting us use your backend here as an example. And also, Jack Irons is an amazing comic. I highly recommend you read it. So what we're seeing in release analytics are, of course, our top line numbers here, here, and our blue bars represent readers reading through each individual page. And of course, the green line is showing us our average read time for the average reader on that page as well. The reason I'm glossing over this is that this video is focused on not these numbers, but where are these people coming from. So if we scroll down even farther, we can see acquisition sources. Acquisition sources are just that. Here we have a table of medium, source, campaign, term, and of course unique readers and page reads. And what's showing is a particular link that had this information in it, generated this many readers and this many page reads. So in this case, this particular link was for Jack Irons, and we posted it on a social medium as opposed to, let's say, an email medium or a referral, which is from another site, or let's say a pay-per-click campaign on Google. The actual source, which is the channel itself, is Reddit, right? Reddit is a social medium. And then finally, campaign and term are a little bit less clear, but I'll show you how I thought through this particular one. So you can make this anything you want. In this case, I wanted to know that Global Comics was the one promoting this link. I named it Jack Irons because, of course, that was the comic we were promoting. And I wanted to know when we actually posted that particular link. So, for example, in this case, December 4th, 2020. And then finally, Reddit is divided into sub-communities called subreddits. And in this case, our sci-fi, or the sci-fi subreddit, was the place where we posted this particular link and generated these reads. If there was a link from Reddit that didn't include this information, you might see something that looks more like this. Referral, right, from another site, reddit.com, and then not available, right? We didn't capture anything there. And you can see, we've made several posts on Reddit in different communities on different days. And of course, t.co is Twitter. People are coming from Google, et cetera, et cetera. And you'll see this populate more and more as people read through your comics. But the question is, how do you generate this information, right? It's not something that you're not going to get this level of specificity automatically. The way that you do it is you take a URL of your comic. In this case, let's stay consistent. Jack Irons Steel Cowboy, Chapter 1, Page 1. As a side note, highly recommend that if you're sharing a comic to share the first page of the issue you're promoting, because it gets readers to jump right in and start reading. It's something we found is way more effective than sharing just your publisher page or otherwise. We take that link, and in this case, we're going to open up a new tab. We're going to type in Utm Generator on Google. There's a million examples of this. It's a really common tool. We're going to pick the first one for simplicity's sake. We're going to fill out these forms based on the information that we just talked about. So, of course, the website URL. We're going to pretend today that this is a Facebook post. Of course, Facebook is a social medium. And we're going to name this, let's call this a UTM Video Demo 2, because I've done another take of this, and this is the second one. I want to make sure we differentiate. And then finally, let's call this, let's say this is the GC page, right? So this is a post that I'm thinking is going to be an organic post on the Global Comics page, and that's on Facebook. Down here, we'll see that an auto-generated URL shows up with all the information we just had, right? The link followed by a question mark, which separates out the active link from the identifying information, and then we have this stuff here. Instead of having to type all that out, it does it for us. We copy the link. Now, in this case, let's pretend that I'm posting this to Facebook and people are clicking. I'm going to replicate that by opening a private browsing window and then going and starting a session with that link. And that's going to allow us to generate the views to show you in the other page. So I'm just going to quickly read through 10 pages, right? I'm going to scroll back here. I'm going to go back to our table here and refresh the page because everything happens in real time with our analytics. And you'll notice that we went from 1,904 readers to 1,905 readers, right? And I'm going to search out demo. And what we can see here is that we had our first demo video that you're not going to see there. And then we had our second demo thing here. And you can see that the UTM information, social, Facebook, UTM-video-demo-2, a GC-page showed up, and one reader read 10 pages. And it's really as simple as that. The way that you apply this is you use this for all of your tweets, you use this for all of your Facebook posts, your newsletter links, your Instagram bio, etc., even the signature in your email to see if people are clicking through on that, right? And what you can start to do is get a sense for what is generating the most traffic. Is there a particular platform that's generating more traffic? For example, it seems like people are really coming through on Reddit, not coming through on Facebook. Does it seem like your social campaign is working way better than your email campaign? Does it seem like there's a particular community inside of each of these groups that is actually more receptive for, like sci-fi? Obviously is going to like a sci-fi comic way more than if we posted it in a history subreddit. But you'll find more nuanced information on that as well. The last thing I'll say to our people with more advanced analytics, if you already have a Google Analytics account, you can actually integrate your Google Analytics directly onto your publisher page, and you can start to get all of that information delivered to your personal Google Analytics account as if you owned your publisher pages and your comic pages on Global Comics. And I'll show you how to do that in another video. But that's pretty much how you do that. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or reach out to us through the contact form on our website. And we'll see you soon. Good luck.